In this video, I'm going to show you very quickly how you can build a WhatsApp agent for yourself and start selling it to businesses. Businesses rely on WhatsApp heavily because it has an open rate of about 90 to 95% compared to emails 25 to 25%. So most company owners will want to stay in contact with their leads via WhatsApp. Over here we have a WhatsApp agent that we built, which is for a landscaping company. Now, landscaping companies, as we know, are not the most professional companies. They won't like to stay in contact via email. A lot of them use WhatsApp on a day-to-day basis. So we've built an AI agent here that's going to handle that for them. I'm going to send over, hi there, I want to get a fresh look for my garden. When I send this over, it's going to trigger this WhatsApp agent. This Google Sheet is going to get all of the previous messages back and forth with that user. We're going to use a new OpenAI 5.2 model as the brain to this agent. It just came out a couple of hours ago and the benchmarks are significantly higher than any other model. Then over here it's going to send a message back and store the message it sent back over in Google Sheets. And we can see here, hi there, I'm Mike Thompson's assistant for Greenscape Landscaping. Thanks for your message. A fresh look is right up our street. To point you in the right direction, could I ask a couple of questions? Are you thinking of a full refresh? What sort of changes are you considering? Roughly how big is the garden? Let's respond back here saying, hi there, the garden is big and I want a full refresh. Changes I want is a new patio. We're going to send this over. It's going to trigger again. It's going to come through to the AI agent and it should send us a response back. And now over here it says, thanks, a new patio can completely transform the garden. Then it says down here a couple of quick questions so Mike can quote accurately, roughly what size, any preferred material or look, and what's your postcode in Surrey, and is the access to the garden straightforward? If you'd like, I can book you in a free no obligation site visit, usually 30 to 45 minutes. What day suits you? Weekdays, mornings or afternoons. So as you can see there, it's doing all of the qualification that this person would have to do on their own. And as we know, any type of small business like this, where the owner is most likely working in the business and actually doing the landscaping, they don't have time to respond back on WhatsApp all day. So to have an AI agent that can do this full time, qualify people and book in appointments to your calendar is extremely useful for them. Now, I'm gonna try and book in here. Yes, can we book in for Friday? Let's say Friday the 12th at 4:30 p.m. It should be able to know that this spot is taken in the calendar, as we can see over here. So I'm going to say, can I book this Friday at 4:30? It should be able to come in here now. It's going to come down here. It's going to use the new ChatGPT model to check if we have any free times in our calendar at 4:30 this Friday. Should be able to detect that time is taken and respond back to us to schedule a different time. So we can see here, it says Friday 12th of December at 4:30 isn't available. Unfortunately, Mike has something booked for that time. And then it suggests some other free times on that date. So if it says 3:30, I'm going to say, yeah, let's book in 3:30. My address is 123 Sesame Street. When we send that off now, it's going to know that we've confirmed the booking. So it's going to come down here. It's going to figure out some more details. It's going to respond back to us saying, perfect, I can book this Friday at 3:30. Just before I lock it in, your full name, postcode, the best contact number, and any quick notes for Mike, patio size, etc. Let's say full name is John, postcode is 123 TR22. Let's say contact number is 353-833-145-786 and no notes. When I send this off now, you can see the n8n workflow is running and it should book me in for an event right now. It has booked that into Mike's calendar and we can see down here all booked in. Mike's quote visit is confirmed for the dates, time, etc. We can see over here now in the calendar, if we jump in here, we can see it gives us the direction to the house, puts that in the location section, and in the notes section of the event it said quote visit for John, customer, phone, notes, no additional provided, address provided is the actual address, and it gives John everything he needs to know for that quote so he can go and visit this property without having to do anything. So over here on n8n, the first thing we need to do in here is create a WhatsApp trigger, and this is going to trigger whenever we receive a new message. So up here, I'm going to come up here and look up WhatsApp, find WhatsApp Business Cloud and select on messages. So down here in the triggers, you can see we have on messages here. When you select that, then that's basically everything set up for you. Whenever somebody sends a message and you have this workflow published, it will receive something like this where we have the person's name and we have the body down here of what they just messaged us. So in the body section, you can see the message. Up here, we can see the person's name and the number that we have to respond to. Now, I'm not going to go through the full process on how to connect to WhatsApp. I'll link up here in the top right corner a video that takes you through the exact step-by-step process. Also, this full workflow here, I'm going to leave in the description below, first link, so you can download it for completely free. After you have your WhatsApp node set up, we need to connect it to this Google Sheets node, and this is going to be a memory. This is where we're going to store all of the outbound messages and inbound messages, so whenever somebody messages us, we have all of the previous context from every message that we've sent them, so the AI agent doesn't lose context of the conversation and it knows what it has already sent that customer. So over here, we're going to come over here to Google Sheets. Over here in Google Sheets, it's very simple. All we need is a table, call it whatever you want, and we're going to make 3 columns: number, message, and direction. Number is going to be the lead's number. The message is going to be whatever we sent or whatever they sent, and then obviously the direction, inbound is from them and outbound is from us. This is going to give the AI agent all of the context it needs, so whenever people message us and then maybe come back a week later, the AI agent is still going to have access to all of the conversation that has gone back and forth with that user. After we create that table, we're going to come in here and we're going to select the Google Sheets append a row. In this append a row, obviously we're going to select the table that we just made, which is memory. That's going to be in sheet number 1. We're going to make the mapping mode manual. Now we're going to map the number as the inbound number, as this sheet is basically going to store any inbound message that comes in before it even reaches the AI agent. We're going to store it in the Google Sheet. Over here, we're going to select the number, which is going to be the person's display phone number. We'll bring that over and drop it in here, and that's going to be the person's number. The message is going to be the body of whatever they sent over, and then the direction obviously is going to be inbound, so we can just type that in and keep it hard coded. Over here, the next thing we need is an AI agent. This AI agent is going to be the brain of this business. Over here in the prompt, we say the user's message is here, and we just give it the body of the WhatsApp trigger. So if we come over here to WhatsApp, select body, bring it over and drop it in here, and then it's going to look like something like this, where user message is, and then this one was just yes. So it's going to have the user's message in here. Over here, we give it the system message, which is going to be everything we tell this prompt to do. Like I said before, I'm going to leave this whole workflow down below for free, so I'm not going to go through every single word in this. We'll just skim over this and you can go through it in your free time. This is the WhatsApp agent. Company identity: you are an AI assistant for Greenscape Landscaping, professional landscaping company based in Surrey, UK. You represent Mike Thompson, who personally handles all quotes and consultations. Your role is to help potential customers understanding our services and book quote appointments with Mike, your friendly professional, etc. We give it some communication style. The services that we offer, like gardens, patios, decking, fences and gates, turfing, artificial grass, and we give it a conversational flow. We always say to this, always check the memory first. So as you'll see later, we're going to give this AI agent access to that Google Sheet that we've already used, and we're going to tell it to always check the memory so it knows what previously happened in this conversation. It's going to use this to recognize returning customers, remember the previous inquiries, and so on. We have a section down here for the initial greeting. We have the service inquiry section. We have the moving towards a quote, just explaining exactly to this agent what I need to do to move people towards a quote. As you can see here, it says explain that Mike provides free, no obligation quotes. We have calendar check process, which is going to be one of our tools. In this AI agent, we give access to 2 tools. One is going to be get all the events in the calendar so we can check all of the free and busy times, and one is going to be to actually book people into the calendar. So whenever they confirm a time, it's going to use the booking calendar to book people in. So you can see here, when they want to book, ask for their preferred days and times. Use the get many events in calendar tool with our preferences. Always get the full day when getting the calendar events. This gives you the free and taken slots on that day. Present available slots in a clear format. Example, I can see if Mike has availability on Tuesday 14th of November. And then whenever we want to book, we need to confirm a couple of things. Firstly, we need to confirm their full address, their name and best contact number, and if they'd like to leave any additional notes for Mike. Whenever we get that booking confirmation, then it's going to use the create calendar event tool, which is going to actually book them into the calendar. We give it some important guidelines down here on how to handle the conversation. We give it some tool usage here, some more examples here, like what to say after the booking, ending the conversation. And an important thing down here is we give it access to this variable, which we say today's date is now. Use this for references, like when somebody says next week, it's going to know, well, if now is Friday and they say next Friday, then it's going to be able to calculate what date next Friday is. After we do that, then we need to give it access to these three tools. But before that, we need to give it access to a brain. Now, as I was making this video, ChatGPT came out with a new model, which is GPT 5.2, and I've done some research, not a lot, but it seems like this is the best model to use for AI agents right now. I had a look at the benchmarks and it's levels better than all of the previous OpenAI models. So we've used it in this video. I've done some testing and it's performing really well. So I'm going to use that in today's video. We're going to use ChatGPT 5.2 as the brain or the chat model of this agent. Down here, we're going to give access to that Google Sheets tool where we store all of the memory. So in here, we're going to select Google Sheets and we're going to select the operation as get rows. So down here, we're going to select get rows. Again, we're going to choose that same document, which is the memory sheet. So we're going to select that memory sheet. Make sure we select sheet number 1. Now in here, we're going to select a filter. So when it's pulling this tool, it only returns the conversations with this phone number. So we've set a filter here whenever the phone number equals the customer's phone number that we get from over here. So we'll come over here, we'll find the customer's WhatsApp ID, which is this one right here, and we'll drop it in here. And this is telling the AI agent that whenever you are going to retrieve the conversation context, always use this customer's phone number. Obviously, because we don't want it to get other people's context and use it in a conversation with a different person. So we always tell it to use the phone number in the sheet. So as you can see over here, if we go back to the sheet, all of the phone numbers here, whenever the phone number is the same, return that so you have the context for that specific conversation. It's going to return that whenever it needs to use this tool to select the memory. And the last two tools we're going to give it access to is one, get the records from the Google Sheet. This is going to find the free and empty slots. And the second one is going to book people in. The first one over here is the Google Calendar tool, and it's going to be the operation of, obviously resource is event and the operation is get money. Calendar down here, once you've connected your Google Calendar by logging in, it's going to allow you to select whichever calendar you want to use. I'm using this calendar right here. We're going to set the limit to 50, and then in this after time, we're going to allow AI to choose. So I'm going to select AI in here, and the same for the before time. And we'll give it a description to say this is the time to get events after, and this is the time to get events before. When we run this, or whenever the AI agent needs to use this, it's going to come down here and select 2 dates to get times in between. And it's usually going to be, if the user says next Friday, it's going to choose next Friday, the start and the end of next Friday. And it's going to return all of the events on that day. So this AI agent knows when Mike is free on that day. The second tool we're going to give it access to, which is the same calendar tool, is going to be the operation to create an event this time. In this create an event, it's going to be in the same calendar. The start time again is going to be defined by AI, and the description here is the agreed start time of the booking. And then for the end time, we say end time of the booking, typically 1 hour from the start. Now down here, we need to add a couple of things. Firstly, we need to add a description to this calendar. So when you come over to your calendar tool, you'll see it has add field. In the add field, we're going to add firstly a description, and we're going to allow AI to decide. We give it another description, basically telling the AI what this field is, and we say this is the description for the booking. We say also over here for the location, this is the address of the booking, so the user's address, and then for the summary, this is the title of the booking. When we come over here and we see our Google Calendar, you can see up here it gives us the title, it gives us the description over here, and it puts in the user's address as the address for this booking. When we are finished that, we are basically nearly done. The last thing we need to do is select the send a message node. So if you come up here again, you look up WhatsApp Business Cloud, we're going to make it send a message. And like I said previously, you're going to have to connect up your WhatsApp to be able to use this node here. When you connect your WhatsApp, then you're going to select resource message operation send, and we're going to use the sender phone number ID. When you connect to WhatsApp, it will automatically be here, and the recipient's phone number again is going to come from the WhatsApp trigger, and it's going to be their WhatsApp ID, as you can see over here. Bring it over and drop it in. The text message type is going to be text, and then the text body that we are sending back over is going to come directly from the AI agent. It's going to be the output. I'm going to bring it down, drop it in here, and now it's going to send the message back to whatever the AI agent outputs. I'm going to click save on this, and lastly, we have to add the outbound message back to the Google Sheet so the AI agent knows whenever it retrieves the memory, it already knows what it has sent the customers. So over here, we're going to use Google Sheets append a row. It's going to be in the same sheet and the same sheet number 1, and this time we're going to map the columns. It's going to be the same thing over here where we use the number, which is the WhatsApp ID, which we can get from the WhatsApp trigger. WhatsApp ID, bring it over and drop it in. The message is going to be whatever the AI agent sent, and then obviously the direction is going to be outbound, because this is what the AI agent is sending out towards the customer. That's this full build completely done. Obviously you can add more tools, you can give it more descriptions, you can add a little bit more to the prompt, but I just wanted to show you how quickly you can set up AI agents on WhatsApp for any type of business. Obviously if you want to download this, click the first link in the description. If you want to scale your AI agency and work one-on-one with me, then click the second link and I'll teach you how I've scaled my agency to over 100k per month and how you can start your own AI automation agency. That's going to be it for this video. Leave a like, leave a comment on what you want to see next.